All right, retirement. It's something that's on everybody's mind. Eventually.
Oh, yeah.
And today, we are taking a deep dive into how to tackle retirement planning.
Okay.
Especially for those of you in your 40s and 50s.
All right.
I know, it can feel like you're playing a little bit of catch up, but trust me, it's not too late to build a plan that lets you really kick back and enjoy those golden years.
Right.
Okay, so we've got an article here titled, How to Plan for Retirement in Your 40s and Early 50s. Ready to decode it.
Let's do it. It's never too late to take charge
That's right.
of your financial future. And this deep dive is really going to lay out a roadmap for you.
Okay.
Starting with getting crystal clear on where you stand financially right now.
So it's like taking inventory before you do like a big renovation.
Exactly. You wouldn't start remodeling your kitchen without knowing how much you could spend.
Right.
Same goes for retirement.
Yeah.
We need to understand your income, your expenses, assets, and debts.
So step one is really about creating a budget. I know, budgeting. Ugh, not exactly the most glamorous part of retirement planning, but it's crucial.
It is. And it's more than just kind of tracking your spending. It's about identifying areas where you could potentially save more. Yeah. Think of it as finding hidden treasure in your monthly expenses.
Yeah.
Maybe that daily latte could become a weekly treat.
Ooh.
Freeing up some cash for your future self.
And once we've got a handle on our cash flow, it's time to calculate our net worth.
Right.
This is where we add up everything we own and subtract what we owe.
Exactly. Gives you a snapshot of your overall financial health. Think about it like this. Your net worth is your financial foundation.
Yeah.
The stronger your foundation, the more confidently you can build your retirement plan on top of it.
Okay, so I've got our budget sorted, our net worth calculated. What's the next step in assessing our financial situation?
It's time to peek into those retirement accounts. Those 401ks and IRAs you might have started a while back. We need to see how those funds are growing and if they're on track to support the retirement lifestyle you envision.
Okay, now speaking of envisioning, that's where things get a little more fun, right?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about dreaming big about those golden years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears from the numbers to the dreams. What does your ideal retirement look like? Are you picturing yourself lounging on a beach, traveling the world, or finally having time for those hobbies you've always wanted to pursue?
Okay, so let's say my dream retirement involves exploring ancient ruins in Greece.
I love it.
What's the next step in turning that dream into a plan?
First, you'll need to figure out when you want to embark on those Grecian adventures. We need to determine your ideal retirement age.
Okay.
This will have a significant impact on how much you need to save and how you invest those savings.
So if I want to retire early, say at 60, I'll need to be a little more aggressive with my savings and investments.
Right. Compared to someone aiming to retire at 67.
Exactly. And once we've nailed down that retirement age,
we
need to get specific about your desired lifestyle. Traveling to Greece isn't exactly cheap.
Right.
We'll need to estimate your retirement expenses, factoring in things like housing, healthcare, travel, and even inflation.
Makes sense. But how do we estimate expenses years or even decades into the future?
There are tools and resources that can help. Online retirement calculators are a good starting point.
Okay.
You can input your current income, expenses, and estimated retirement age, and the calculator will crunch the numbers to project your future needs. But for a more personalized approach, consulting with a financial advisor can be invaluable.
Okay, so we've taken stock of our finances and painted a picture of our dream retirement. Now comes the part where we make it happen, right? Let's talk about supercharging our savings.
Let's do it. Maximizing your contributions to retirement accounts is key.
And if your employer offers a 401k match, take full advantage of it. It's essentially free money.
Free money. Don't mind if I do. But what about those of us who are 50 and over? Is there anything we can do to catch up on those savings?
There is. You can make something called catch-up contributions to your 401k, allowing you to put away even more each year to boost your retirement savings. And don't forget about individual retirement accounts, or IRAs.
I've heard of IRAs, but I'm not entirely sure how they work. Can you break it down for me?
Absolutely. There are two main types, traditional and Roth IRAs.
Okay.
With a traditional IRA, your contributions are often tax deductible, meaning you lower your taxable income in the present. The money grows tax deferred, and you pay taxes on withdrawals during retirement.
Okay.
On the other hand, with a Roth IRA, your contributions aren't tax-deductible up front,
Okay,
but your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free.
gotcha. So with the traditional IRA, I get a tax break now, but I pay taxes later.
Right.
With a Roth IRA, I pay taxes now.
Yeah.
But my withdrawals are tax-free later? It sounds like choosing the right one depends on my individual financial situation and goals, right?
That's it. And don't forget, this isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. Talking to a financial advisor can help you determine which type of IRA aligns best with your overall retirement plan.
Okay, got it. So we're diligently contributing to our 401ks and IRAs, but is there anything else we can do to boost those savings? I'm all about making those dollars work smarter, not harder.
I love that attitude. One of the simplest yet most effective strategies is to automate your savings.
Okay,
Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your retirement accounts each month.
right.
This way, you're consistently saving without even thinking about it.
That's a great idea. Out of sight, out of mind. But what about those unexpected expenses that pop up? How do we balance saving for retirement with managing those curveballs life throws our way?
That's where having an emergency fund comes in handy. Ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses stashed away in a readily accessible account. This way, you're not dipping into your retirement savings every time an unexpected bill arrives.
So we're building our emergency fund, automating our savings, and maximizing those retirement contributions. Now let's talk about investing.
Yeah.
It can feel a bit intimidating, right? Where do we even begin?
You're not alone. Investing wisely is all about balancing risk and reward. And one of the most fundamental principles is diversification.
Diversification. That sounds vaguely familiar. Can you remind me what it means?
Of course. Diversification is simply spreading your investments across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, real estate, and even commodities like gold. Think of it like building a well-rounded meal. You wouldn't want to eat only one type of food, would you?
Right.
Same goes for investments.
So we're not putting all our eggs in one basket, as the saying goes.
Exactly. Diversification helps to mitigate risk, because if one investment performs poorly, others can potentially offset those losses.
That makes sense. But how do we know which investments are right for us? I mean, there are so many options out there.
That's where understanding your risk tolerance comes in. How comfortable are you with the ups and downs of the market? Are you a thrill seeker who enjoys a bit of a roller coaster ride? Or do you prefer a smoother, more predictable path?
I think I fall somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with some risk,
Mhm.
but I don't want to lose sleep over every market fluctuation.
That's a common sentiment. And it's important to remember that your risk tolerance can change over time. As you get closer to retirement, you might want to shift to a more conservative approach to protect your nest egg.
So we've got diversification and risk tolerance covered. Is there anything else we should keep in mind when it comes to investing?
One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to time the market.
Yeah.
Trying to predict when to buy low and sell high is a risky game, even for seasoned investors.
So what's the alternative? Do we just invest blindly and hope for the best?
Not exactly. A more effective approach is to invest consistently over time, regardless of market fluctuations. This is known as dollar cost averaging, and it helps to smooth out those ups and downs.
Okay, that sounds like a strategy I can get behind. But let's be honest, investing can feel overwhelming, especially when you're juggling a busy life and trying to plan for the future. Is it ever a good idea to seek professional help?
Absolutely. If you're feeling lost in the investment maze, consulting with a financial advisor can be a game changer. They can help you create a personalized investment plan that aligns with your risk tolerance, retirement goals, and time horizon.
Okay, so we've tackled assessing our finances, setting our retirement goals, and maximizing our savings. We even dipped our toes into the investment pool. But there's another biggie we need to address: debt. Let's be honest, it's the elephant in the room for a lot of us.
You're right. Debt can feel like a heavy weight dragging you down,
Yeah.
especially as you're planning for retirement. It's important to get a handle on it now so it doesn't become a burden later.
So where do we start? What are some effective strategies for tackling that debt monster?
A great place to begin is by focusing on high-interest debt first, like credit card balances. Those high interest rates can quickly snowball
Right.
and make it feel like you're running on a financial treadmill. By tackling those first, you'll free up more cash flow to put towards other financial goals, including retirement savings.
So it's about prioritizing and creating a strategic plan of attack.
Right. But what about those of us who have multiple debts? Are there any specific methods that can help us stay on track and motivated?
There are. Two popular methods are the snowball and avalanche strategies. The snowball method focuses on paying off the smallest debts first, regardless of interest rates.
Okay.
This can be a great way to gain momentum and build confidence as you see those debts disappear one by one.
So it's like a psychological boost to keep you going.
Exactly. The avalanche method, on the other hand, prioritizes paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first. This approach saves you the most money on interest charges over time.
So it's more about maximizing efficiency.
You got it. The key is to choose the method that resonates with you and fits your financial personality.
It sounds like there's no right or wrong answer as long as we have a plan and stick to it.
Right. Absolutely. And remember, paying off debt isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about reducing financial stress and creating a sense of freedom and peace of mind, especially as you head into retirement.
Now that we've freed up some cash flow by tackling debt, let's focus on another major expense in retirement, healthcare.
Yeah.
This one can feel particularly daunting, especially as healthcare costs continue to rise.
You're not wrong. Healthcare can be a significant expense in retirement, and it's something we need to plan for carefully. As you approach retirement age, it's crucial to research your health insurance options. Medicare is a valuable resource, but it doesn't cover everything.
So what else should we be considering? Understanding what Medicare does and doesn't cover is crucial. You'll also want to explore supplemental plans like Medigap policies, which can help fill in those coverage gaps.
Okay, so we're researching our insurance options and making sure we understand the ins and outs of Medicare, but how do we actually plan for those potential healthcare costs? It feels like a bit of a guessing game.
It can feel that way, but there are resources to help. You can use online healthcare cost calculators to estimate your potential expenses based on your health history, anticipated needs, and overall health trends. And as always, talking to a financial advisor who specializes in retirement planning can provide personalized guidance and help you factor those healthcare costs into your overall plan.
It sounds like planning for healthcare is an ongoing process that requires staying informed and adapting as needed.
Right, absolutely. Healthcare is a dynamic field, and it's essential to stay updated on changes in coverage, costs, and available resources.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've assessed our finances, set retirement goals, talked about maximizing savings, dipped our toes into investments, tackled debt, and even started planning for healthcare. But wait, there's more.
There is.
We've got more to cover on this deep dive into retirement planning, so don't go anywhere.
All right, I'm ready.
Me too.
So we're back and ready to continue our deep dive into retirement planning. We've covered a lot of practical ground.
Right.
But remember, it's not just about the numbers.
You're right. Retirement's also about enjoying life to the fullest. It's about pursuing those passions, trying new things,
Yeah,
and maybe even starting that side hustle you've always dreamed of.
exactly.
Eh?
And that leads us to a topic that often comes up, exploring additional income streams.
Yeah.
This is especially relevant for those who are, maybe aiming for early retirement
Right.
or simply want more financial flexibility during their golden years.
So we're not just talking about traditional part-time jobs here.
No. Think outside the box. Maybe you've always wanted to turn your love of baking into a home-based business.
Right.
Or perhaps, you have a knack for writing and could freelance from anywhere in the world.
I love that. It's about finding ways to monetize your passions and skills, even in retirement.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of the gig economy. Platforms like Etsy, Upwork, and TaskRabbit offer a wide range of opportunities to earn extra income on your own terms.
So we're talking about side hustles, freelance work, the gig economy, all great options for boosting our retirement income. But what about something a little more passive, like real estate investments?
Real estate can be a great way to generate passive income through rental properties. But it's important to do your research,
Right.
understand the local market, and carefully consider the responsibilities that come with being a landlord.
That makes sense. It's not as simple as just buying a property and watching the money roll in. There's a lot to consider, like property management, maintenance costs, and even potential tenant issues.
You got it. It's crucial to weigh the pros and cons
Yeah.
and ensure that real estate investing aligns with your overall retirement goals and risk tolerance.
Okay, so we've explored some options for boosting our retirement income. But what about the emotional side of this journey? Retirement is a big life transition,
It is.
and it can be accompanied by a mix of emotions, right?
Absolutely. It's natural to feel a sense of excitement, anticipation, and even a little bit of apprehension.
Mm.
After all, you're embarking on a new chapter filled with both opportunities and unknowns.
Right, and the article doesn't dive too deep into this aspect.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to acknowledge those feelings. It's okay to feel a mix of emotions as you approach retirement.
I agree. And remember, you're not alone in this. Many people experience similar feelings. Talking to friends, family members, or even a therapist can provide a valuable outlet for processing those emotions and navigating this transition with more confidence.
And don't forget about the power of community. Joining retirement planning groups or online forums can connect you with others who are going through similar experiences. Sharing stories, tips, and even venting frustrations can be incredibly helpful.
It's all about creating a support system that empowers you to approach retirement with a positive mindset. And speaking of positive mindsets, let's tackle a common fear that often pops up, the fear of boredom.
Yes. The dreaded, what am I going to do with all my time question.
Exactly. For many people, their work defines their identity
Yeah.
and provides a sense of purpose. So the thought of suddenly having all this free time can be both exciting and a little daunting.
But retirement doesn't have to be synonymous with boredom. It's an opportunity to explore new passions, reignite old hobbies,
Right.
and create a life that's truly fulfilling.
Think about the things you've always wanted to do but never had time for. Maybe you want to learn a new language, take up painting, volunteer in your community, or finally write that novel that's been brewing in your mind.
I love that. It's about shifting our perspective from what am I going to do
Wow.
to what do I want to do?
And it's never too early to start exploring those interests. Even if you're still years away from retirement, start dedicating a few hours each week to those passions. It'll help you transition more smoothly into this new chapter
Yeah.
and ensure that your retirement is filled with purpose and joy.
So we're embracing the possibilities, exploring new passions, and banishing the fear of boredom. But there's another aspect of retirement planning that often gets overlooked. Legacy planning.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's about thinking beyond our own golden years and considering what we want to leave behind for future generations.
Legacy planning encompasses so much more than just financial assets. It's about preserving family history, sharing your values,
Right.
and making a positive impact on the world.
So it's about leaving a lasting mark that extends beyond our lifetime.
Exactly. Think about the stories you want to pass down, the traditions you want to preserve, and the values you want to instill in your loved ones.
And how does this translate into actionable steps?
Right.
What are some concrete things we can do to start planning our legacy?
There are a variety of approaches. You might consider writing an ethical will,
Okay.
which is a document that expresses your values, hopes, and dreams for your family and the world. It's a way to share your life lessons and inspire future generations.
That's a beautiful idea. And what about financial assets? How do we ensure that those are managed responsibly and distributed according to our wishes?
There are several options for managing your financial legacy. You can set up a trust to manage your assets for your beneficiaries, ensuring that they're used wisely and according to your instructions. You can also designate beneficiaries for your retirement accounts and insurance policies.
So legacy planning is about creating a roadmap for our values, memories, and financial assets to be carried forward even after we're gone.
Well said. And it's a meaningful aspect of retirement planning that deserves our attention. It's about ensuring that our impact extends beyond our lifetime.
I'm so glad we touched on this. It adds a whole new dimension to the concept of retirement planning. Now, let's take a step back and recap some of the key takeaways from our deep dive so far.
Great idea. We've covered a lot of ground, from assessing our financial situation and setting goals to exploring different investment options and tackling debt.
Right.
We've also talked about the importance of planning for healthcare costs, creating additional income streams,
Right.
and embracing the emotional aspects of retirement.
And we've delved into the often overlooked topics of legacy planning and combating the fear of boredom. It's clear that retirement planning is a multifaceted journey that requires both practical and emotional preparation.
Absolutely. And remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. There are resources available like financial advisors or retirement planning workshops
Right.
that can provide guidance and support along the way.
So take a deep breath, embrace the journey, and remember that it's never too late to start planning for the retirement you deserve.
We'll be back soon to continue this conversation and explore even more strategies for creating a fulfilling and financially secure retirement.
Until then, happy planning, and remember to keep dreaming big. All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We are wrapping up our exploration of retirement planning. And I'm feeling, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling energized and ready to put all these insights into action.
That's the spirit. Knowledge is power,
Yeah,
but it's only truly valuable when we apply it.
absolutely. And, one thing that really stuck with me from the article was the importance of staying flexible.
Ah, yes, adaptability is key,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to something as, long-term as retirement planning.
Right.
Life rarely goes exactly according to plan.
Right.
So we need to be prepared to adjust course along the way.
It makes sense when you think about it, right? Our financial situation, our health, our priorities, even our dreams can evolve over time. Holding on to a rigid plan
Yeah.
might not serve us well in the long run.
Exactly. Imagine, meticulously planning a cross-country road trip, only to encounter unexpected detours, road closures, or even discover hidden gems you hadn't anticipated. You'd adjust your route, wouldn't you?
Yes, yeah.
Retirement planning is similar. We need to be open to detours and embrace the unexpected.
So it's about viewing our retirement plan as a living document, something that we revisit and revise as needed, right?
Precisely. Think of it as a roadmap, not a set of ironclad rules.
Yeah,
Life is full of surprises,
right.
and our retirement plan should be flexible enough to accommodate those twists and turns.
That's a great analogy. And you know that adaptability extends beyond just our financial plans.
Yeah,
It also applies to our mindset and our expectations.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We might enter retirement with certain visions of how it will unfold,
Hmm.
but those visions might not always align with reality.
Right,
Maybe that dream of traveling the world gets put on hold due to health reasons,
right.
or perhaps a new passion emerges that we hadn't anticipated.
It's about being open to new possibilities and embracing those changes as they come.
Exactly. Retirement isn't about reaching a fixed destination. It's about embarking on a journey of self-discovery, growth, and fulfillment. And sometimes the most rewarding experiences are those we didn't plan for.
That's such a great perspective. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some final nuggets of wisdom
Oh, good question.
you'd like to leave our listeners with?
First and foremost, remember that you are not alone on this journey. There are countless resources available, from financial advisors to retirement planning workshops to online communities that can provide guidance and support every step of the way.
That's so important. And secondly,
Don't let fear or overwhelm hold you back. Break down the planning process into manageable steps, celebrate your progress along the way, and remember that even small actions can lead to significant results over time.
And lastly, never underestimate the power of dreaming big. Visualize your ideal retirement, write down your goals, and create a plan that excites you. Retirement isn't just about financial security. It's about creating a life filled with purpose, joy, and meaningful connections.
What a powerful message. So to all our listeners out there, take a deep breath, embrace the journey, and remember that it's never too late to start planning for the retirement you deserve.
We hope this deep dive has been insightful and empowering. Remember, you have the power to shape your future, and we're here to cheer you on every step of the way.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time for another insightful exploration of a topic that matters to you.